Have you ever encountered something so odd it left you questioning reality? Imagine being in the shoes of Mel Waters, a resident of Manastash Ridge, Washington. On his land, he found something that wasn't just another hole in the ground, it was a mystery that defied reality. This strange discovery, known as Mel's Hole, stands out as a mysterious anomaly among everyday finds. Mel's Hole is far from your typical hole. Its existence came with a host of strangeness that caught the attention of Mel Waters himself, along with anyone else who heard about it. Birds, for instance, seemed to have an unspoken agreement to steer clear of flying over this area. It was as if they could sense something off about it. Dogs, animals known for their bravery and loyalty, showed an uncharacteristic fear whenever they were brought near the vicinity of the hole. Their reactions were so intense, it was as though something invisible and deeply unsettling lurked near the pit. Moreover, Mel Waters noticed something bizarre with his radio equipment. Devices that were otherwise reliable would start acting up, displaying erratic behavior without any apparent reason, as soon as he got close to the hole. This unpredictable behavior of electronic devices added another layer of mystery to the already inexplicable nature of Mel's Hole. But the really strange part of Mel's Hole isn't just the odd behaviors it causes in animals or how it messes with electronic devices. What really sends shivers down people's spines is the profound mystery surrounding the depth of the hole. There's a widespread sense of the unknown when it comes to how deep this hole actually goes, with theories and speculations running rampant, but no concrete evidence to provide any answers. This uncertainty alone is enough to unsettle the bravest of hearts. However, the situation took an even more dramatic turn when something was discovered at the bottom of Mel's Hole. This discovery, shrouded in secrecy, has managed to captivate and terrify people around the globe. The details of what was found remain sparse, but the impact of the revelation was significant, sparking widespread intrigue and fear about the true nature of Mel's Hole and what mysteries it may hold. This odd spot has become something of a local legend, with its exact whereabouts being a topic of much discussion and guesswork. The hole gained widespread attention thanks to the stories shared by a man named Mel Waters, who lived in the area. The hole is even named after him, which shows how closely his name has become linked with this mysterious pit. Despite its fame, the precise location and detailed geographical characteristics of Mel's Hole are not well known. This lack of specific information only adds to the intrigue and mystery surrounding it. People are drawn to the story of the hole, wondering exactly where it is and what secrets it might hold. The area around Manastash Ridge is beautiful, with picturesque landscapes that attract visitors for their natural charm and tranquility. Yet, amidst this scenic beauty lies Mel's Hole, a place that stands out due to its unusual nature and the mysteries it harbors. The story of Mel's Hole is not just about a physical location, it's about the curiosity and speculation it sparks among those who hear about it. While the surroundings of Manastash Ridge are celebrated for their visual appeal, the presence of Mel's Hole gives the area an additional layer of interest. It's this blend of natural beauty and the enigmatic presence of the hole that makes the region particularly fascinating. People are intrigued by the stories of Mel Waters and the hole that bears his name, even though the exact details of its size, depth, and other properties remain unclear. This combination of scenic allure and mystery continues to attract attention and fuel the imagination of anyone who learns about Mel's Hole. As the veil of the ordinary lifts, we delve into the life of a man whose discovery would challenge the fabric of understanding and introduce us to an enigma wrapped in the earth itself. Chapter 2, Mel Waters, the fascinating story behind the enigma. Mel Waters is known for sharing tales of the enigmatic Mel's Hole, making him a figure shrouded in mystery. Born somewhere in the middle part of the 20th century, his life took a surprising twist with the discovery of a mysterious pit on his land. This event occurred in the early 1990s after he had moved to a secluded, rough terrain hoping for a life far from the hustle and bustle. His encounter with what would later be known as Mel's Hole happened by pure chance. As he roamed his large piece of land, he came across an unusual pit. This pit seemed extraordinarily deep, so much so that it appeared to have no bottom, catching Waters' interest because of its strange characteristics. He decided to share his discovery with others, leading to a surge of interest and skepticism. Waters described the hole as having no bottom, able to engulf objects without a trace or sound, leading to a mix of fascination and skepticism. He spoke of the hole's depth as being beyond measure, which only added to the mystery and disbelief among the local people and others who heard about it. Since then, Mel Waters' tales have captured the attention and wonder of many. Stories about odd happenings in the area, such as animals keeping their distance from the hole and weird interferences with electronic gadgets, have added to the mystique of Mel's hole. As a result, the hole has become a captivating topic of conversation and speculation, intriguing people from all over far beyond its local setting. However, Waters didn't come forward with these extraordinary claims right away. At first, he thought the hole was simply a well because that's what it looked like. His detailed descriptions help create a vivid, though elusive, picture of the hole. It is described as a perfect circle cut into the ground on Manistash Ridge, with a width of about 9 feet across. The edges of this pit are unusually smooth and well-defined, creating a stark contrast with the otherwise wild and natural environment it's found in. This precise, clean appearance amidst the rugged landscape made the hole even more intriguing and mysterious. Mel Waters made a bold claim about the hole's depth, suggesting it was impossibly deep, with estimates ranging from several thousands to an infinite number of feet deep. From what you can see standing at the edge, the hole appears to go on forever, diving deep into the earth without any end in sight. It's so dark inside that even the brightest lights can't reveal its secrets, failing to illuminate past a certain depth. Waters even noticed steam coming out of the hole on chilly days, along with strange differences in temperature around the hole that didn't make sense. There have been hints that the hole might have a magnetic effect, affecting compasses and metal objects close by, making them behave oddly. It turns out, Mel Waters wasn't the first to come across this intriguing pit. Some local folks were already aware of its existence. The region is known for its tough, isolated landscape, a place where people looking for peace or preferring a self-sufficient lifestyle would settle. However, detailed information about the hole didn't really spread far beyond the local community. The hole, as Waters described, had characteristics that set it apart from a normal well. He noticed that electronic gadgets started acting up near the hole. His own radio gear would pick up strange signals, deepening the mystery of the place. The local animals seemed to sense something off about the hole too. Birds would steer clear of flying over it, and Waters observed that his dogs, usually curious and fearless, hesitated to get too close, an unusual behavior for them. Despite the hole appearing void of any life or activity from above, Waters shared stories of seeing unexplainable lights or beams coming from it. On one occasion, he saw a mysterious black beam, like a spotlight, shooting up from the hole into the sky. Driven by curiosity and a need to understand the hole's peculiar traits, Waters embarked on various experiments. He tried to measure the hole's depth by dropping in different items like ropes, fishing lines, and objects with weights attached. Regardless of the length or weight of the objects used, none seemed to reach the bottom. This led Waters to conclude that the depth of the hole was beyond measurement, further emphasizing its mysterious nature. Furthermore, when items were dropped into the hole, they seemed to disappear without making any noise that would suggest they had hit the bottom. This was unexpected because you'd usually hear something if an object fell that far and reached the end. Waters guessed that the hole could be deeper than 80,000 feet, or 24 kilometers, but he believed it might actually be bottomless. On another occasion, he noticed that when he brought a compass close to the hole, the needles started moving in strange ways, acting as though they were being pulled by some strange magnetic force coming from the hole. Waters shared a story that many people found hard to believe. It was about a dog that had passed away. Instead of burying the pet in the ground, its owner decided to place it near the hole. Incredibly, a few days after being left near the hole, the dog was seen again, alive and in better health than before. This led to speculation that the dog had somehow been brought back to life, rejuvenated by the mysterious powers of the hole. This tale added to the intrigue and mystery surrounding the hole, as it suggested that the hole had some sort of miraculous ability to restore life. From the whispers of one, the tales of the inexplicable echo into the ears of millions, igniting a wildfire of fascination and speculation that transcends the boundaries of a small town's legend. Art Bell Chapter 3, Public Fascination. How did we all come to learn about these intriguing topics? The credit goes largely to a man named Art Bell. Bell was a famous broadcaster in America, best known for his radio show called Coast to Coast AM. This show became extremely popular because it talked about things like ghosts, conspiracy theories, and other topics that are not usually covered in everyday conversation. Coast to Coast AM was on the air during the late night hours, typically starting between 10 and 11 p.m., and it would go on until the early morning, finishing at about 4 a.m. Art Bell was exceptional at telling stories and engaging with his audience in a way that made the show very interesting. He managed to create a special environment on his show where his listeners felt comfortable diving into discussions about the unknown, the mysterious, and everything supernatural. The range of topics on Bell's show was broad, covering things like UFO sightings, stories of ghosts, secret government activities, alternative health practices, and mysterious creatures. Bell's show also gave a chance for guests, experts, and everyday people calling in to share their own stories, theories, and thoughts on these out-of-the-ordinary subjects. Radio has always been a way to entertain, educate, and bring people together, offering a space for various kinds of discussions, news sharing, fun, and storytelling. Specifically, Bell's program attracted those who were curious about topics that were not typically discussed, building a community of listeners who were fascinated by mysteries and phenomena that couldn't be easily explained. One particular guest who stood out on Bell's show was Mel Waters, who appeared in 1997. Waters shared his experiences with something known as Mel's Hole, which was said to have mysterious and unexplainable characteristics. This interview with Waters and the story of Mel's Hole really caught the imagination of the listeners. The attention the story received from being featured on Bell's show brought Mel's Hole into the public eye, sparking a great deal of interest and wonder about this enigmatic pit and the supernatural qualities it was rumored to possess. Later in the same year, Mel Waters was a guest on Art Bell's show, and his conversation about a mysterious pit known as Mel's Hole quickly caught everyone's attention. This particular episode played a huge role in making his stories about the hole much more visible to the public. As a result, there was a significant increase in people talking about, and showing interest in, Mel's Hole. The broadcast contributed to making Mel's Hole a well-known topic in the world of paranormal mysteries and popular culture, marking it as a fascinating yet hard-to-grasp enigma. The show had a vast audience, attracting millions of listeners from all over the United States. Its scheduling in the late-night hours was ideal for drawing in an audience that was diverse and particularly interested in discussions about the paranormal, conspiracy theories, and topics that you don't hear about every day. The popularity of the show was immense, establishing it as one of the most significant and most listened-to late-night radio shows of its era. After Waters talked about Mel's Hole on the show, a variety of local myths and legends started to pop up about the pit. Some of these stories aligned with what Waters had described, while others were far more exaggerated. For example, there was a suggestion that the hole might be a passage to another world or a portal used by spirits to move between realms. This blend of stories, ranging from somewhat believable to completely fantastical, added to the allure and mystery of Mel's Hole, encouraging even more speculation and interest among the public. The stories and legends about the hole made it seem even more mysterious, sparking a lot of curiosity and fascination among those who lived nearby. Some of these tales linked the hole to ancient stories of creation, suggesting it was created by mythical creatures or played a special role in the universe's grand design. There were also whispers about people vanishing close to Mel's Hole. Even though there was no solid proof to back up these tales, they added to the aura of mystery that surrounds the place. There wasn't any official documentation or reliable reports to confirm these disappearances actually happened. Moreover, there were accounts of strange things happening in the atmosphere around the hole, like weird lights or unexplainable events, which further added to the area's mysterious vibe. People tried to look into these weird occurrences to understand them better, but no clear explanations were found. This lack of answers only made the site seem more puzzling and intriguing. The deeper we journey into the abyss of Mel's Hole, the darker the shadows grow, revealing a nexus where the lines between military secrecy and otherworldly phenomena blur ominously. Military on the Way. Chapter 4, Military on the Way. Following Mel's talk on ART's radio program, tales and legends about the mysterious hole started spreading like wildfire among the locals. However, Mel himself faced some direct fallout from this newfound fame. Merely 4 days post his radio chat, Mel was taken aback by an alarming scene right outside his home. He discovered that the road to his property was now blocked off by military personnel, who were fully armed. This military blockade was completely unexpected and stopped Mel from getting to his own property. Confused and looking for answers, Mel tried to find out why this was happening. However, the explanation he received was hardly clear. The soldiers told him there had been an aircraft accident on his land. This was news to Mel. He hadn't seen or heard anything that would suggest a crash had occurred, no smoke, no wreckage, nothing. To add to the mystery, Mel saw people dressed in protective hazmat suits, which made the situation even more baffling. He attempted to talk to the officials present, hoping to get in touch with someone who could provide more clarity. Unfortunately, his efforts to get a straightforward answer were met with responses that were both unclear and somewhat menacing. Mel insisted on understanding the exact situation, emphasizing that he was the owner of the land and had a right to know. However, his persistence seemed to backfire when he was indirectly threatened. They hinted they might discover something illegal, like a drug-making operation, on his property if he kept pressing. Undeterred, Mel threatened to bring the whole issue to public attention. This bold claim was merely dismissed with a laugh by the officer he was speaking to. Despite his best efforts to get clear answers from the officials, Mel found himself facing a wall of secrecy. The involvement of the military only deepened the mystery surrounding the already baffling tale of what was now popularly known as Mel's Hole. After this strange encounter with the military, Mel once again went on the air to share the latest developments. During his follow-up conversation on Art Bell's show, he was invited back for another in-person chat. In this discussion, Mel mentioned that his real estate agent had casually mentioned that there might be people interested in buying his land. Although there wasn't a solid offer on the table yet, the agent seemed confident that any potential sale would be highly profitable for Mel. In a new twist, Mel shared a story he hadn't told before about a talk he had with an elderly local. This person had told him about ancient stone structures that once surrounded the hole, suggesting that the hole might be much older and have a more complex history than anyone had realized. At the time, the people listening didn't know it, but that show was the last time they would hear from Mel for a while. He virtually vanished until 2002, when he reappeared on Bell's show with an incredible story. 3 years before, on the day he was meant to make another appearance on the radio, a series of odd events unfolded. He was helping his nephew move, and on his way back to Olympia by bus, the trip was interrupted by authorities due to a disturbance. Transferred to another bus with the rest of the passengers, Mel suddenly blacked out. When he came to, he was alone in an alley in San Francisco, missing his belongings, with an .4 in his arm, and mysteriously, several of his molars were gone. Confused and in need of assistance, Mel managed to contact his nephew and return to Olympia. It was then that he received an unbelievable proposition. He was offered a deal to lease his land forever for a staggering $250,000 a month. The catch? He had to agree never to speak of the hole again and move away from the area. Mel accepted the offer, taking the money and moving to Australia, starting a new chapter far from the mysteries of the hole. By the year 2002, Mel Waters decided he could no longer stay quiet about his experiences. Mel's Hole had become a focal point of widespread curiosity. Stories began to emerge about strange happenings related to the hole, one of the most bizarre being a report of a dark beam shooting up from its depths. Adding to the mystery, Mel shared a tale about finding a very odd dime. This dime was not ordinary. It featured President Roosevelt's face and was dated 1943. What made it stand out was the fact that dimes from 1943 shouldn't have Roosevelt on them, as those coins were not made that year. The story gets even more intriguing with the detail of the coin's mint mark. This particular dime had the letter B on it, which is unusual because there is no known U.S. mint city that starts with the letter B. Intrigued by its oddity, Mel sent this dime to a professional who could evaluate old coins. But just a few days later, he found out that the coin had been taken away by the Treasury Department. This move by the Treasury sparked a lot of speculation. Why would they take the coin? Various theories were thrown around, some suggesting that the coin might have connections to otherworldly phenomena linked to Mel's Hole. Given the lack of solid proof or authenticated information to back up the existence of such an extraordinary coin, it's important to remain skeptical and thoughtful when considering these theories. As the puzzle grows more complex, we confront phenomena that defy time itself, challenging skeptics and believers alike to question what lies beyond the realm of known science. Chapter 5, Unexplained Phenomena. Unexplained Phenomena. Mel's Hole, a place hidden in mystery and intrigue, has captured the imagination of many. Among the various mysterious stories and tales associated with this location, one of the most fascinating is the reports of time distortions. These are not just simple anecdotes, they come from individuals who have ventured near the site and have come back with extraordinary tales to tell. They speak of experiencing events that challenge our usual understanding of time, making these accounts a central piece of the puzzle that makes Mel's Hole so intriguing. Let's delve deeper into what these individuals have reported. Some of them have shared stories of what can only be described as time-related anomalies. This means that, in some way or another, their experience of time was altered. For example, there are tales of time dilation, a phenomenon where time seems to stretch or contract, making minutes feel like hours or vice versa. Imagine looking at your watch, walking around the area, and then looking at your watch again only to find that much more or much less time has passed than you thought. This is the essence of what some have claimed to have felt. Moreover, there are stories about clocks and other devices that we use to keep track of time just not working as they should. These devices, which are usually reliable, would suddenly give incorrect readings or stop working altogether, adding an extra layer of mystery to the whole experience. Some individuals have even reported seeing time fluctuate before their eyes or experiencing gaps in their memory, where a chunk of time is just missing, and they cannot recall what happened during those lost moments. Given the bewildering nature of these claims, it's no surprise that a variety of theories have been put forward in an attempt to explain what might be happening near Mel's Hole. Some people speculate that there could be gravitational anomalies at play. These anomalies, they suggest, might be strong enough to affect the flow of time, causing the dilation effects that people have reported. Others propose even more outlandish explanations, like the presence of interdimensional rifts, gaps in the fabric of our universe that could, theoretically, alter how time is experienced. However, it's important to note that all these theories, as intriguing as they are, lack solid scientific backing. Despite the compelling nature of the personal accounts and the creativity of the hypotheses put forward, there hasn't been any rigorous scientific study or evidence to support these claims. This means that, as of now, the stories of time anomalies and the theories attempting to explain them are still firmly within the realm of speculation. They add to the mystique and allure of Mel's Hole, certainly, but they remain unverified, leaving us with more questions than answers about what might really be happening at this enigmatic site. In the legacy of Mel's Hole, we find a tapestry of history, mystery, and an unending quest for answers that binds the fabric of local legend to the universal quest for understanding the unknown. Chapter 6, The Legacy. Some people have pointed out similarities between Mel's Hole and certain Native American sacred sites in the vicinity, which supposedly adds depth to the enigma of the location. Yet, the specifics of these Native American connections and the stories that might support them are mostly shared through word of mouth, with little in the way of solid proof or detailed documentation. The historical ties and cultural significance attributed to the area by indigenous narratives are intriguing but remain largely unverified by factual records or thorough scientific analysis. Adding to the intrigue is the curious case of Mel Waters, the man who brought Mel's Hole to public attention. Following his claims and the subsequent media frenzy, Waters seemed to vanish, almost as mysteriously as the phenomena he described. This disappearance only fuels the fire of speculation and debate about the hole and its true nature. When trying to make sense of Mel's Hole, one finds themselves navigating a sea of speculation. There's a plethora of theories, each more imaginative than the last, attempting to explain the peculiarities associated with the site. Among these, some suggest the possibility of government or military interest in the area. The idea isn't far-fetched. The notion that authorities might want to explore or exploit an area exhibiting strange phenomena for their ends has historical precedents. Yet, any solid proof to back up these claims of government involvement is notably absent. Another line of speculation connects the hole to geological phenomena, particularly ancient volcanic activity. Proponents of this theory suggest that Mel's Hole could be an entrance to a hidden network of lava tubes or volcanic caves, potentially hiding extraordinary geological features or unknown secrets beneath the Earth's surface. Taking a leap into the realm of the extraordinary, some theories entertain the idea of a hollow Earth, with Mel's Hole posited as a gateway to vast, unexplored underground realms. This concept imagines the Earth as having expansive caverns capable of supporting life, possibly even unknown civilizations or ecosystems, beneath our feet. On the fringes of these discussions are theories that propose even more fantastical explanations. One such theory suggests that the hole might serve as a portal to other dimensions or parallel universes, opening up possibilities for interdimensional travel or encounters. This hypothesis invites us to consider the potential for Mel's hole to be a nexus point for crossing between realities. Additionally, there are theories that attribute the hole's mysterious properties to natural energy sources or unique electromagnetic phenomena. Supporters of this view believe that the hole could generate or be influenced by energies that cause the strange occurrences reported in the area. Even the most bizarre ideas about the hole bring a wide range of viewpoints, some grounded in science and others in less scientific concepts and stories. There are, however, natural reasons that might explain some of the strange happenings linked to the hole. The area around the hole could have special geological traits or minerals that impact its environment. This includes things like magnetic fields, rare types of rocks, or big underground spaces that might cause odd effects or changes in perception. Certain rock formations in the area could create magnetic fields that mess with electronic gadgets or change how things seem to us. This might explain why some people have reported weird experiences, devices not working right, or feeling different. The ground in the area might also move in small ways, not enough to cause earthquakes but enough to slightly change the environment, which could add to the reports of unusual events. The weather or specific conditions in the area might also lead to seeing things that aren't there, like mirages, or feeling things differently. For example, unique atmospheric conditions or the way the landscape looks under certain lights could make it seem as if there's something strange when there isn't. Odd shapes in the rocks, the way the land lies, or shiny surfaces might be behind some of the strange stories people tell. How we see things and remember them can be affected by mistakes or misunderstandings. Sometimes, what people say they've experienced could be shaped by their minds, making them see normal things as weird or hard to explain. But there's another side to it. The legends, stories, or cultural meanings attached to the place might make people think of regular events as mysterious or strange. This cultural background could make the hole seem more mysterious than it is. These possible explanations don't dismiss what people say they've felt or seen. Rather, they suggest scientific paths we could follow to better understand the phenomena people report around the hole. So, what's hidden deep inside the hole? Answering that question would be much simpler if we knew exactly where the hole was located. Despite this, numerous explorers and specialists have attempted to uncover the truth behind the mystery. One of them, Gerald R. Osborne, who is also known by the name Red Elk, a medicine man with Native American and white ancestry, claimed he had seen the hole himself. Osborne said he had been to the hole many times starting in 1961 and even mentioned a highly confidential government facility linked to the hole that investigates alien activity. However, in 2002, despite having visited the hole before, Osborne led a group of 30 on an expedition and couldn't find it again. Jack Powell, a geologist working with the State Department of Natural Resources, offers another perspective. He believes the existence of such a deep hole is not possible from a geological standpoint. According to Powell, a hole as deep as claimed would not be able to withstand the extreme pressure and temperature from the Earth around it and would collapse. He thinks the story might have started from a regular, old mine shaft located on private land. But it wouldn't be right to simply ignore the stories about Mel's hole and the experiences shared by locals without looking into them more closely. Many people agree with this sentiment, which is why Mel's hole has become a permanent topic of interest among unexplained mysteries. What do you believe still lurks in the dark recesses of our world, hidden from sight? Hit like, subscribe for more spine-tingling revelations.